So don't be offended by the fact that I'm going to videotape something. It might not be anything to do with you. They're going to hear mainly just my voice. It's the public. So the reason why I'm doing this, it's not to offend you guys, but it's like Bylaw called me a couple of days ago too.
We're not Bylaw.
I understand that, but for me it's a trail of investigation as to why someone or several different agencies are coming to see me about my chickens. So the thing about Bylaw, for me, it's like, okay, Bylaw came to see me because somebody made a complaint, which is normal. Anybody can make a complaint, but, you know, they're not really visible. So then for Humane Society to show up, that means that something happened where Humane Society and Bylaw got a call within the same period of time. So for me, it's like, okay, I'll answer your question, and I feed these chickens food scraps, grass clippings. I grow my grass a certain way. It's pretty dead right now. Donations. I have a couple of restaurants that are part of a composting initiative called the Bonus Composting Initiative. And it's all part of a program to rejuvenate and re-educate and get people sort of aware about, you know, an environmental impact of, you know, whatever we're doing. So, you know, I've got a little garden growing in the front there.
Yeah.
That's from the waste from the chickens, and that's the compost that they all eat up. And so they go through about 50 pounds of food or something like that from the restaurants, and then I reprocess it, and then I put it back into the ground, and it gives organic fertilizer just for sort of organic purposes.
How long have you had the chicken for?
3 years.
Yeah. And this property?
Yeah. Yeah. And my landlord's aware of it, and also, you know, I was in the paper a little while ago, go get the article. You know, I was on the front of Calgary Herald for, before it became like this whole big issue about having chickens. You know, somebody decided to go to court or something like that, and so I know there's this thing about livestock, an issue, but I moved here from Ontario, and it was like I thought I was moving to the agricultural capital of Canada, and so the whole food system was really messed up. So this is all like education, and I'm trying to learn how to be a farmer, essentially. So I don't know, like how.
As far as our food, you know, I'll be honest with you. Most of the time we deal with domestic pets, and when we have dealt with chickens, they've always been fed chicken feed.
Yeah.
Is that, and I will probably run this past their vets as well. Is feeding them scraps like that and grass and whatnot, is that an acceptable resource for them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even for people that don't, you know, they're not there for the educational purposes. I think the benefits of the chicken is that they go through like garden pests and things like that, and you know, the scraps that I use them in there after they've been through it, I put it through like a 2-year holding process. And I do get them grains and seeds and all that kind of stuff, you know. Like, but the whole point about having them and where they are in the city, and the reason why I got this place was that it was like it's one of those tear down houses, development properties, and it has like the land space. So I've got like huge land allowance here between here and the back, and you know, for 3 years I've had maybe one person in the whole time that I've been here have an unpleasant experience here with me, and that was someone that was doing a volunteer project here, and I've started to sort of reintegrate with that group again, and he may be pissed off that I'm around.
Is this
but
the only area where they're kept?
Yeah.
Part of our complaint stated that some of them are kept in small enclosures.
Oh, come and see the area. Like, we've got a huge area here. You can't even see their beds. They're just jumping out of their beds now, and their beds are all back there. They've got a heat lamp there. They've got a water here. Neighbors and everybody bring them food here. They've got, how long is that? That's like 50 feet? 50 by 15?
Is that, so you have them as for the compost purposes, or is it for eggs, or is it for all of it? Or
it's all of it, because it's like there's this whole discussion about going on about the importance of agriculture and the national life, and agriculture is something that's getting wiped out, and here in Calgary it's already wiped out, but it's only just a small city, right? It's 1 million people, so a lot of them just moved in here, and you look at them and there's a little bit of red on their shoulders there, and that's from them pruning themselves or pruning each other. And look how there's not even a mark or a scrape or anything on them. You could smell. What do you smell? Do you smell like rot and decay and stuff? And it's just the compost here. And I don't want to take you through the house and go through the whole process of removing your shoes and everything to go into their pen area, but you'll see that their bedding area, there's tons of room there. They've got 2 nest beds there. They have tons of perch area. There's a container. I have a bin at the bottom to catch all their poo, their waste, and then that I put into buckets and I put aside, and that goes into like a garden plot I have in the back there. So
how long have you had this batch of chickens, I guess?
3 years. I started the whole project 3 years ago.
And
the same chickens.
These chickens have been here?
Yeah. And my neighbors are absolutely 100% in accordance and agreement with like me being here. And all cost University of Calgary there, City of Calgary, investigative science into poultry on one side, 30 years on this side, and she's like no issues. And there's a huge laneway in the back there between. And if ever there's an issue, because I'm due to redo the front area so that because they do breach it, but I got my arm fixed here, and then the next thing I'm going to do is just put up a steel structure fence where there's no chance of them pulling it apart. And the only one that's ever gotten out, if you want the honest truth, is this one that's the closest to you, the Irritana, which is a heritage breed. It's a rare breed, and that's why I keep them, because they're docile. They're not aggressive at all.
Do they have when it starts getting colder? Do they have a heated water dish?
Yeah, I just have to put it back up there. I have the heat lamp there, and I just.
As far as the housing goes, I mean, today is a nice day, so we don't necessarily need to see the housing today, but for example, if we get another complaint in the middle of winter, we will need to see it. So if you wanted to show it to us now, if we find it adequate for winter, then we wouldn't need to go back in, or if we get another complaint, then we would be reattending.
Well, let's go then. But I have some spare shoes. Attend, come on in. Sorry, kids, pull your stuff out. I just gotta get these guys through here. Don't worry. Oh, I know, honey. I'll charge the city. I don't know. Are you ladies coming this way? This way. Come on. Put one of these.
Shoes on if we can just peek out.
Well, then you have to take your shoes off when you come back through the house, because otherwise it's going to be, a lot of cleaning out.
And this is their housing is open like this?
No, it's not quite open. There's more to finish the insulating. I just got a broken arm here. There's 4 pet carriers in there with the lids and the bottoms, and they have straw. in them, and there's one about that big too, out of the 4, so lots of room.
I think summer, winter months, or maybe something more.
Yep.
And how many are there?
5 plus male 6.
There's none in the backyard or anywhere else?
Nope.
You said 15, I think, right?
Wow.
Yeah. The 15
No.
chickens are
I guarantee you someone's trying to stir up trouble for me.